And I'm back. And what's in the box here is one of these beds in a box. You know, you unroll it and it takes 3 days for it to come up to full size. Okay, now, you remember the movie Apollo 13, okay? And you remember what happened in that movie with the air filters for the CO2 cartridges? They said, what we need to do is we need to take this cartridge and make it fit in the hole for this cartridge. And then they set a bunch of guys off to do it. And they came back with something that worked. So I'll show you what we're up against here. Okay, so this is our little 1989 Bonair travel trailer, all right? And this is the spot for the bed. Now, this would make into a little, like a sofa, or this pulls out here. See, this comes out? And it comes out to about here. But there's this box in the back here, takes up room for nothing. And so we looked for mattresses that would fit here. So from here to there, even if we took out that box, is about 49 inches, 48, 49. So we looked for a 48-inch mattress. And they're outrageously expensive for a certain, they're called a 3/4 mattress. It's 48 inches wide and 75 inches long, I think. So, and we decided against it. It was just cost prohibitive. So we looked for regular foam, and then we just, you know, nothing came up as something that would fit in here. So what we decided to do was to buy a standard, a full-size bed in a box, 54 inches wide. Take this box off over here, and to get that out of the way, that'll give us a couple more inches. So right here, we're at 52. So a 54-inch mattress would fit from the back wall to here. But then when you come over here and you look at the floor, you can see where this wall's here, and that one is about 6 inches. We don't normally use a sofa in here, like the sofa setup. We use it as a bed, and we leave the bed set up all the time. As you know, it's exploratory surgery, and it's, like I say, back to Apollo 13. It's how do we make that mattress fit in this hole? And because that's pretty much the options we had. We could go with a narrower mattress, you know, like they sell a twin, and it's what, 38 inches. So, you know, I mean, it would end about there. So then what do you fill that spot with? And so let me get started here. I'll keep you along for the journey in bits and pieces, and we'll see how we make out. So we've got this little shelf we put in here. We're going to take this off, and then we'll take this box out of here, because this just fills sort of the rounded corner of the end of the trailer. So we're going to take that out, and it's going to give us a little bit more room. Okay, so I got that piece out of there. So with that out of there, that can go back another full 2 inches. And that's, every little bit's going to count on this. And then that's still a finished wall. Might need a little cleanup, but they still, you know, the finishing on the wall is all the way behind that piece that I took out. So a little cleanup, cut that screw off, that'll be fine. Now, so over here, see, the whole idea behind this thing is it's, you know, the bottom of this sofa would slide out. And what it does is it comes out and it bottoms out against this cupboard here. But you can see at the bottom, there's that much space. So if we measure now from the back with that piece taken out, and there's 54. It's just 54. So we might be able to squeeze that mattress in there. Look, it just comes to here. That's 54. So how, you know, depending on how accurate the measurement is on the 54-inch mattress, that's going to fit. But over here, 54 is here. Okay, so I've looked at this, and I think the best way to do this is to cut out this counter, actually. And I'm going to cut it out right about here, and the sink is up in here. So I'm going to cut it off here. Now, we're going to put about, I think it's a 7 or an 8-inch mattress in here. So, you know, it's not going to give you a lot of headroom, but it'll allow a mattress that size, a 54-inch mattress, to go in here, you know, without any damage to the mattress. Because, I mean, the minute you start cutting the corner off of a mattress, you know, unless it's just a simple foam mattress, you know, if it's anything that's got composite layers or whatever inside of it, you're going to ruin that mattress completely. So, I mean, I think that we can live with this cut in the counter. Just cut it off here. And like I said before, bring it over to about here and drop it down, shorten this door and then modify this plywood to hold it. And then the mattress will fit right out to full width here. And then you can put a 54-inch mattress in here without any problem. And it, you know, minimally affects the amount of storage you have. So first thing I got to do is take out these. This is a live plug. I got power hooked to the RV, so I've got to isolate the power and take off these receptacles, move these. They'll have to be placed somewhere else. I don't know if I can get them higher or not, but those will have to be moved. And I'm going to get some cuts happening here and commit to doing this. Okay, so I've disconnected the power and I've gone in here, and there's a blank on the back of this. You can see how cheap and quick and nasty the splicing is for this receptacle. All they did was they made 3 strands of wire and stuck it in there. There's no screws, no terminals. That's meant to be very quick and very nasty. I've never seen anything like that for a splice. Like they just stick them in there. I don't even think I'm going to try and reuse that. Okay, so the sink is an inch above this line, so I'm going to cut this off here, right through and down here, which is 6 1/4 inches in from the edge is what we need. And I'm going to cut it here, and I cut it off here, and I've got the wires pulled back out of the way. So let's get that cut out first, and then we'll see about maybe some extra steps. I think this might have to come down a little bit later. Okay. Okay, so what I did was I put a 2x4 along the wall there, and then I came out here along this wall, and then I framed it in and I put some legs under it. And of course this is going to be a permanent bed now. And you can see where I cut off the counter, or cut off that cupboard, and that's okay. I just cut this piece of plywood to sit in here. And what there is there are 2 pieces. There's a piece for the back and a piece for here. So you'll always be able to lift them up and get underneath, because there's, you know, some storage compartments here, and the hot water tank is in there. Storage back there. And so anyway, what I'm going to do here, the plan is tomorrow I'm going to put a piece of plywood up in here and across here, and then finish it up, and then resize the door for here. But so that's it for there. I've just cut a piece of plywood to sit in here. And the next shot you'll see is that plywood sitting in place. Okay, so I got these pieces of plywood put in here. That was the original, and then the 2 that I put in. And I was thinking of putting it in one piece, but actually cut long like this, it allows you to lift one or the other up, you know, to access the storage underneath. See, that one's got a little hole in it for your finger, so I'm going to do the same here, and maybe off to the side because there's a frame there. Okay, so I've left you in the dark for a little bit, but I'm bringing you back. So what I've done is I've cut a little bit off this piece of plywood so that it can be lifted out. And I took a piece of this thin, it's like a door skin, 1/8, and I've screwed it to the outside of this frame, the 2x4, because this is going to be permanent, right? So that 2x4 is permanent, so that's screwed to there. And I'm just fitting it in here as the upright. And I've cut this on an angle. You can see a couple of different markings there. And you can see down here what this is. See, this is a piece, and the reason it's cut in an L is I'm going to be able to screw it to the back of, I'll be able to screw it to the back of that 2x4 down there, like that. I'm just trying to fit this in here. So I think that's going to look not too bad. I'm going to cut the door to fit there. And then I'm going to trim that little piece of plywood out around there, so this lifts out easy enough. Okay, so I jumped ahead a bit, but this is what I ended up with. And here it is. The bed all the way to the corner here, all the way around. I've resized this door. See that? A little sweeping to do in there, but I got a little piece of trim to put in here. But that's where the original cabinet was, there. And That's what the frame looks like there. And all of those lift up. And I've got a couple of things to do in here, but I've got a piece of trim. See, this trim slides in. I gotta find a couple extra pieces of that to make that go all the way across. But and this little shelf, what it used to do was it used to swing down. So what I did was I remounted the hinge so it swings up. I got to put a plate on the wall to hold it like that, and that gets it out of the way for bedtime. So I've just got the knife blade set really shallow. So I'm gonna get the end of the box open. Okay. There we go. Be careful not to cut into it. It's ripping quite easily, actually. That knife. Okay. There it is. I don't know if it says it was a top or a bottom. I think that is, I don't know if that's the top or the bottom. Either way, all right, it's opened up, and I think I'm going to let the air out of this bag on the side here somewhere. There it is. Okay, that's it. It's supposed to expand. I think I better get that bag out of there before I can't get to it. It's just the bottom or the top. I wonder if that's the bottom. It kind of feels like the bottom. I think that's the bottom. I think I might have it upside down. Oh no, it's upside down. Turn it over. Okay. There we go. That's better. That's the top. Oh, I knew that all along. I knew that all along. I knew that was upside down. This is, I think this is called forget foam. It forgets that it was in a box all scrunched down. Oh, it's starting to puff out already. Okay, that's only about 10 minutes. Look at that. It's already come up quite a bit. See how it sits here? I think that's going to be fine. Anyway, that's how I did that. Anyway, I'm not sure if anyone wants to follow that lead, but anyway, that's okay for our needs. Thanks for watching. Tell us what you think of this. And here it is about only 10 minutes later. It looks like it's puffing up, you know. And they say it should be left to expand for 72 hours. But I mean, look at that. I don't know how big it's going to get in 72 hours if it does that in 10 minutes. Wow. Anyway, that's how that was done. I can't say I'd recommend that to everybody, but if you've got a cabinet that's in the way, you could probably do this if you wanted to. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you again here very soon on Everyday Projects. Bye for now.